Hello dear students of SYJC. In this session, I'll be starting the next chapter of your SYJC Bookkeeping and Accountancy. The name of the chapter, Dissolution of Firm. Dissolution of Firm is the name of the next chapter. One of a very simple chapter plus considered easy by students also. It is a very scoring chapter. Please get the concept very clearly. You have a great opportunity to score 10 marks here. 10 marks ka question practical along with 1 or 2 marks objective. So the weightage will be around 11 to 12 marks for this particular chapter. Okay guys, now before I start, what I do always, let's understand what is the meaning of dissolution of firm. In the first video of the year, when I discussed the syllabus and the paper pattern, I had mentioned what do you mean by that, and I told you that when we start the chapter, I will do it in detail. So now let's take it in detail. The meaning of the chapter dissolution of firm is, firm you all know, partnership. Dissolution means closing down the business. Dissolution means closing down the business. Business बंद करना है. So the meaning of the name of the chapter, dissolution of firm, means close down your business. Dissolution of firm, the meaning of the chapter is close down your business. Now, what are the reasons for shutting down or closing down the business? Say for example, partners का रोज का झगड़ा रहेगा. So they say यार forget it यार, why take stress? अपना आपस में नहीं जमता है, प्यार मोहब्बत से अलग हो जाओ. Let's shut down the business. Other reasons, the firm is going into losses. They don't see any good prospects for the future. कुछ improvement होने वाला लगता नहीं है. जितना ज़्यादा कंटिन्यू करेंगे और लॉसेस में जाएंगे, better than it's better shut it down. Partners, all of them become insolvent. One or two of them became insolvent. बाकी बोलेंगे छोड़ो यार, अपने को भी मगजमारी नहीं करना. There can be any reasons. I just give you few examples. So because of any reason, the partners decide हमें हमारा बिजनेस कंटिन्यू नहीं करना है. प्यार मोहब्बत से एक होके इसको प्यार मोहब्बत से बंद कर दो. That is the meaning of the chapter dissolution of firm. So dissolution of firm, closing down the business. Now, when you close down the business, ऐसे ही close नहीं कर सकते. Obviously, partners का mutual consent होता है. There's an understanding. कैसे इसको आगे लेके जाना, कैसे बंद करना. You have assets. ऑल एसेट्स को बेचना है. एसेट्स बेच के जो भी पैसा आएगा उसमें से लायबिलिटी को पे करना है. लायबिलिटी पे करने के बाद अगर कुछ बचता है, इट विल बी रीपेड टू द पार्टनर्स. लायबिलिटी अगर पे नहीं हुई, देयर इज अ शॉर्टफॉल, पार्टनर्स विल ब्रिंग एडिशनल मनी. सो ऑल दीज ट्रांजैक्शंस टेक्स प्लेस व्हेन अ फर्म इज डिसॉल्व्ड और डिसोल्यूशन टेक्स प्लेस. गॉट इट ना? Because when you are running the business, you have amount to be paid to your creditors. You have to pay against bills payable. अगर कोई लोन लिया है वो लोन को पे करना है. पार्टनर्स का कैपिटल है. पार्टनर्स कैपिटल इज ऑलवेज ऑन द लायबिलिटी साइड. लायबिलिटी में क्यों होता है कैपिटल? बिकॉज इट इज द पर्सनल मनी ऑफ द पार्टनर विच इज इन्वेस्टेड बाय देम इन द फर्म. When the firm shuts down, dissolution, the firm has to pay the money back to the shareholders. When the firm shuts down, the firm has to pay the money back to the shareholders. So these are the reasons, and these all transactions take place while dissolving the firm. I'll repeat. Assets है, बेचना है. बेच के जो पैसा मिलेगा, whatever are the expenses required, because when you dissolve the firm, थोड़े बहुत खर्चे करने पड़ते हैं. say for example you have an asset जो अच्छी condition में नहीं है, spend some money, get the asset in a better condition, when you sell it you get a better price, that we call it as dissolution or realization expenses. There are some legal expenses to be incurred, that is also dissolution or realization expenses. So you have to incur expenses, you have to pay off the liabilities. Assets बेच के ये पैसे का अरेंजमेंट करो, और assets बेच के जो पैसा आता है तुम्हारे पास जो कैश है उसको ऐड करके जो भी पैसा है लाइबिलिटीज को क्लियर करो, एक्सपेंसेस को इंकर करो, एक्सेस है पार्टनर को वापस दे दो, if there is a shortfall get it from the partners. So this is the process which takes place on dissolution of firm. There are situations which is there in your syllabus also. One partner may be insolvent, two partners may be insolvent, all the partners may be insolvent. वो भी situation आता है, उसका accounting कैसे करने का, that we will do step by step. Okay. Now I explain you the meaning of the name of the chapter, dissolution of firm. I told you how the process works. Now let's see from accounts point of view what type of account you are supposed to make. Now first, in every sum of dissolution, they will give you existing balance sheet. In every sum of dissolution, they will give you existing balance sheet along with adjustments. Now, they may tell you to make ledger accounts, they may tell you to make journal entries. One thing is there, ये चैप्टर के कोई भी सम में, in any sum of this chapter there cannot be balance sheet. Why? Because जब ये बिजनेस ही बंद कर रहे हैं, बिजनेस नेक्स्ट ईयर में जाने वाला ही नहीं है, वी आर फिनिशिंग इट ऑफ फॉर वंस. तो अगर बिजनेस ही बंद हो गया, देयर इज नो क्वेश्चन ऑफ एनी बैलेंस ऑफ एसेट्स एंड लायबिलिटीज, एंड इफ देयर आर नो बैलेंसेस ऑफ एसेट्स एंड लायबिलिटीज, there is no question of preparing balance sheet. So in this chapter कोई भी सम में बैलेंस शीट नहीं आएगा. The reason is बिजनेस ही बंद कर रहे हैं. Well, I've done in SYJC अपना going concern, it is assumed that the firm will continue at least for a period of 12 months, so you prepare accounts that basis पे. But यहाँ पे तो मेरा बिजनेस अभी बंद हो रहा है, so there is no question of any continuity, so balance sheet will not be done. They can ask you ledger accounts or they can ask you journal also. Dissolution में guys, the trend has been such that the chances of journal coming in dissolution is the highest. As per the trend, 25 to 30% chance of journal coming. That means what? In every 4 attempts of dissolution, एक attempt में journal आता ही है. And यहाँ पे the chances of journal coming are high as compared to other chapters where we just prepare ledger accounts. Okay, nothing. Journal is also very simple. Once you know how to prepare ledger accounts, that is very straightforward. Okay, now see what all accounts you are supposed to prepare in this. I'll give you the list, and again in this session we will take one sum which I have made, and after doing that sum you will get the basic thoroughly. Now, as I told you, when you dissolve the firm, you sell the assets. We call it as realize. Realize मतलब पैसा encash करो. वही पैसे में से हम liabilities को pay करते हैं. So the first account what we prepare, how we do in admission. In admission we prepare revaluation account. Same way, dissolution में we prepare realization account. Same way, dissolution में we prepare realization account. So the first account is realization account, where we record all assets, liabilities, money recovered against sale of assets, money paid against settlement of liabilities, expenses incurred. कैसे करने का, that we will see at a later stage. Very important point, but when I come to the sum, very important point for objective, realization account is a nominal account. What is nominal account? Any account which shows you the details of expenses and income is nominal account. Any account which shows you the detail of expenses and income is called as nominal account. So realization, remember for objective, it is a nominal account. Okay. Now, the next two accounts. Every sum में you have to make partners capital account. Every sum में you have to make partners capital account. Now, you all have done in final accounts, correct? Fixed capital, fluctuating capital. Objectives था, मेरा एक रील भी था. Where there is current account in final accounts, we used to just prepare current account, capital नहीं बनाते थे. Final accounts में either we made capital account or we made current account. Admission, there are few sums only, but there are एक दो session जाएगा. If in the question there is current and capital both, then you have to prepare both the accounts. So the next account will be partner's current account only if current is there. After that, next partner's capital, which will be there in each and every sum. So current account only if in the question there is current account, otherwise no. So realization, partner's current account, if any, if it's there, partner's capital account. This has to be there in each and every sum. After that, a very common account, that is cash bank account. So these are the common accounts which have to be prepared in each and every sum. Realization, capital, cash bank. Current account only if it is there in the question. Okay, so 1, 3 and 4, these three are to be prepared in each and every chapter, each and every sum of this chapter. Now, apart from this, there are certain accounts. Now, say for example, loan is there. I have taken a loan from somebody. If I take a loan from outsiders, then there is no need to make an account. But if I have taken a loan from a partner, your syllabus specifies, so in case there is a loan taken from partner, then you will have to prepare partner's loan account. In case there is a loan taken from partners, you have to prepare partner's loan. So अगर किसी partner से loan लिया है, therefore I am writing in brackets if any, then there will be partner's loan account. Now guys, towards the end, the last two classes of this chapter will be dealing with sums where all the partners are insolvent. The last two lectures of this chapter, we will be dealing with sums where all the partners are insolvent. Now, when all the partners are insolvent, there will be 2-3 additional accounts. That is liability. Suppose you have creditors account बनेगा. Bills payable है, bills payable बनेगा. Bank OD है, bank OD बनेगा. Only if all partners are insolvent. And there will be another account which you have to prepare when all the partners are insolvent, that is called as deficiency account. So in addition to this, there will be few other accounts which have to be prepared when all the partners are insolvent. That we will see at a later stage when the right time comes. Right now, we don't need to get into that. Got it? So this is the list of accounts, this and what I mentioned now, which you have to prepare depending upon what type of sum you get. As I told you, they will give you a balance sheet along with the adjustments. How we do? We read the adjustment, we put the marking. Dissolution में यहाँ पे mark करने का जरूरत नहीं है. क्यों? That we will see when we come to the first sum. Got it, guys? So this was the brief. What do you mean by dissolution? How the process practically goes and what type of accounts you have to prepare. I have discussed with you. Now I will take a sum. I have made my own sum, and in this session we will solve it. This video is also open on YouTube All of you, please understand carefully. जितनी बार चाहिए उतनी बार देखो, but keep one thing in mind. Till the time you don't understand the sum what I'm going to do now, आगे नहीं बढ़ना. At least see to it that 60-70% of the sum should fit in your hands, fit in your brain. Sorry. So अगर ये समझ में नहीं आया, आगे बढ़ नहीं पाओगे. और अगर ये जो सम करने वाला हूं बराबर समझ में आ गया, you get the concept, and आगे it will be simple. Alright guys, so that's it as far as the theory is concerned. I'll just be back with the format of the sum and we will solve the full sum. Okay, I'll just be back. Okay guys, taking the first question, let's read the question and then I'll tell you how to make the formats. In this sum and initial few sums, we will just be making 3 ledger accounts. Let's read the sum, then I'll tell you कौन सा account कितने line का बनाना है. Okay, let's see. Rishi and Neeraj were partners sharing profits loss in the ratio 3:2. Ratio is given, same thing applies here also. अगर ratio नहीं दिया है, then you have to divide it equally or the ratio will be equal. Following is the balance sheet as on 31st March 24. Capitals Rishi Neeraj, reserve fund, creditors, bills payable, building, furniture, debtors, stock, BR and bank. Okay, what they say. On the above date, partners decided to dissolve the firm and the following information is available. Assets realized as follows. Building 175, furniture 25, debtors 24, stock 25. Bill receivable were taken over by Rishi for 15,000, whereas bills payable were taken over by Neeraj for 9,000. Dissolution expenses amounted to 5,000. Prepare necessary accounts to close the books of firm. Okay, अभी देखो. Can you see any partners current account? No. Can you see liability side पे any partners loan? No. There is no insolvency. So only 3 accounts. You will give the heading in the books of firm. अगर firm का नाम दिया है, if the name of the firm is given, you will write the name of the firm or in the books of firm. First account, realization account, you will take 3/4 of the page. 3/4, 75% of the page for realization. In this sum, even if you take full chalega, because anyway the sum is going to go in 2 pages. So 75% of the page ले लो या पूरा लेना है पूरा ले लो. Okay, realization account with double column. Now there are 2 partners. So because there are 2 partners, you will make दोनों partners का capital account. Because there are 2 partners, you will make दोनों partners का capital account. Double column Rishi Neeraj, how we have done in final accounts exhibition. Partners account, you keep it of around 6 to 7 line. Around 7 line का partners capital account and 6 to 7 lines का cash bank. Okay, so I'll repeat. Realization, if you are taking on the first page 75%, उसके नीचे partners capital कर लो और next page पे cash bank. As I told you, anyway the sum will go in 2 pages. So एक page पे realization ले लो and next page पे capital account and cash bank account. Got it guys? ये sum में no working notes. Working notes will come at a later stage when there is insolvency of partners. Now as I told you, while reading the adjustments, there was no need to put a mark because all the adjustments of dissolution are independent. Independent matlab it won't affect any of the items which is given there in the balance sheet. First step, let's start the posting of the balance sheet. पहले पूरा balance sheet का posting. Balance sheet का posting, half the posting is similar, but the remaining half will be new because as I told you, in dissolution, you are not going to prepare balance sheet. Okay, so let's see. First, Rishi ka capital 1 lakh, Neeraj ka 60,000. Liabilities always have a credit balance. Come to the credit side of capital. By balance brought down 1 lakh and 60,000. By balance brought down 1 lakh and 60,000. Okay, opening balance of capital 1 lakh and 60,000. Then reserve fund, same like admission. Reserve fund is reserves profits created by the partners over the period of years. So on the dissolution, whatever is the reserve fund ka balance, that has to be distributed amongst the partners in their profit sharing ratio. That has to be distributed amongst the partners in their profit sharing ratio. Profit sharing ratio देखो दिया है 3:2, so 30,000 है, same like admission. It is a liability. Why reserve fund is a liability? Because it is past accumulated profits which at the time of closing the business is to be paid to the partners. So come to the credit side of partners capital by reserve fund account. देखो 30,000 है ना, those are not yet thorough with the division, especially non-math students. 3 plus 2 is 5. 30,000 को 5 से डिवाइड करो, 5 6 are 30, gives you 6,000. So 6 into 3, 18,000 first partner का, 6 into 2, 12,000 second partner का. So दोनों का मिला के हो गया 30,000. Okay, 30,000 divided by 5, 6,000. First partner 6 into 3, 18. Second partner 6 into 2, that is 12. So 18,000 Rishi का शेयर and 12,000 नीरज का. 18,000 Rishi का शेयर and 12,000 नीरज का. Clear with this, guys? Got it? Reserve fund will be distributed between the partners in their profit sharing ratio. Admission में there was old and new. This was distributed only among the old partners. Dissolution में all are old, or you call it as existing partners. There is no question of new partner. Why? हम लोग बिजनेस ही बंद कर रहे हैं तो नया पार्टनर को लाके करेंगे क्या? So dissolution में there is no concept of new partner. Okay. Now see, creditors bills payable. There is no balance sheet. Creditors bills payable ultimately has to be paid. So realization account is opened to record the assets and liabilities. Liabilities have a credit balance, so this will come on the credit side of realization. Now see, if there was only one creditors bills payable, you would have written by creditors account or by bills payable. Now there is more than one, so for presentation purpose, you will use this word. Credit side, first line, give the heading by sundry liabilities. Okay, there are two. Here only external will come. External means what is payable to the outsiders other than capital and reserves. Okay, kitna hai creditors? 50. Now because there is more than one, put creditors in the inner column 50,000. Bills payable in the inner column 10. So 50 plus 10, 60. Okay, creditors 50,000, bills payable 10. So 50 plus 10 gives you 60,000. Clear with this? This completes the posting of liability. I'll repeat. Capital, come to the credit side of capital. Reserve fund, distribute among the partners. Creditors and bills payable, sundry liabilities. Now let's come to the asset side. Now this is realization account. Realization account में those assets will come which are realizable. Realizable means उसके सामने मुझे पैसा मिलेगा. Building I can sell and get money. Furniture I can sell and get money. Debtors I will get money from them. Debtors को बेच नहीं सकते, human being है, but debtors से मुझे पैसा लेना I get. Stock I can sell. Bill receivable के सामने मुझे पैसा मिलेगा. Bank is anyway hard cash only or cash at bank. So that too we have separate account. So in this sum, बिल्डिंग से लेके बिल रिसीवेबल, ऑल एसेट्स आर सच जिसके सामने मुझे पैसा मिलेगा. सो कम टू द डेबिट साइड ऑफ रियलाइजेशन, टू सन्ड्री एसेट्स, underline. Again, how we give the heading by sundry liabilities na? वैसे you have to give the heading to sundry assets. Two sundry assets, sorry, just two sundry assets, not account. This is just for presentation. Even if you don't write and you write by creditors, by bills payable, or here you write two building account, two furniture, that is also fine. Okay, so two sundry assets. Building 1,50,000. Furniture 30,000. Debtors 25,000. Stock 70. And bill receivable 18,000. Got it? 150, 30, 25, 70, 80. 180, 205, 222 and 80, 2,40,000. I can do it orally also. You all don't do that. कैसे पता है? बैलेंस शीट का टोटल 250 है, बैंक को छोड़ के बाकी सब आ गया. बैंक 10,000 है, so 250 minus 10, 240. Those who have understood, try. Otherwise, please don't take stress. Okay? अभी क्या बचा? बैंक. Now, in this chapter, cash or cash at bank or only bank on the asset side, we have to prepare cash bank account. So same like admission, because there is an account, this will come on the debit side as to balance brought down 10,000. Cash bank के debit side पे to balance brought down 10,000. Okay, cash bank debit side to balance brought down 10,000. I hope you all are clear with the posting. So this is the way balance sheet का posting has to be done. I'll repeat, capital को transfer करो capital account में, reserve fund को distribute करो in the profit sharing ratio, creditors, bills payable, liability, all assets in this question other than bank, debit side of realization and bank in the cash bank account as to balance brought down. Clear? Now let's take adjustments. Okay, let's see the first adjustment. Assets realized as follows: building 175, furniture 25, debtors 24, stock 25. Now listen, assets realized. Now when I say assets realized, that means assets को बेच के पैसा मिला. When I say assets realized, that means assets को बेच के पैसा मिला. I got money. Now guys, understand this. Originally the assets were in the balance sheet asset side. पहले assets were there on the balance sheet asset side. Now you have transferred it to the debit side of realization. So now what is happening? जो assets balance sheet में थे वो यहाँ पे transfer हो गए. So all the assets are appearing in debit side of realization. Now I am either selling them और उसके सामने पैसा मिल रहा है. That means assets are being sold or money is being collected. So it is lying here. Now it is sold. As I told you, realization is a nominal account. Nominal account का क्या रूल है SYJC का? Debit the losses and expenses, credit the gains and income. Therefore, I will credit realization and money is being received. पैसा आएगा. So whenever money comes in, cash bank comes into picture. So because it is an income, or you call it as assets going out and I am getting money, so come to the credit side After bills payable, leave a line right there. By cash bank account. Now remember, this is cash bank account. Write the breakup which is just for presentation. Breakup matlab the information which is given in adjustment number 1. कितना है building? 175. So come here. Building 1,75,000. Furniture 25,000. Debtors 24,000. And stock 25,000. Okay, I repeat, by cash bank, building 175, furniture 25, debtors 24, and stock 25. Take the total. 175, 2 lakh, 225, 2 lakh 49,000. Getting it, guys? This will come in each and every sum of dissolution. I'll repeat. Balance sheet ka assets first you transfer to realization. Now against this I am getting money. Either the assets are sold or I am recovering money. So come to the credit side. Buy cash bank because money is being received, and put the breakup. Now remember, as I told you, this is just for presentation. Heading क्या है? Buy cash bank account. पैसा assets बेचा, इसके लिए I credited here. पैसा आ रहा है, therefore I will debit cash bank. So I have written here buy cash bank. Come to the debit side of cash bank. इसका corresponding effect to realization account. कितना है total? 249. So come to the debit side of cash bank to realization account 2,49,000. To realization account 2,49,000. Clear with this? I'll repeat. पैसा आ रहा है, buy cash bank, underline the realized value because जितना पैसा आएगा वही record करोगे. Total is 249. To realization 249. Here we do not need the breakup. Here we do not need the breakup. So buy cash bank, all 4 of them, and cash bank में to realization account 2,49,000. Okay, जहाँ पे breakup नहीं चाहिए. So assets which were transferred here, now they have been encashed. पैसा आ रहा है, so credit. Buy cash bank and इसका second effect. Clear, guys? Got it? चलो. Now similar approach for liabilities. Let's see. अच्छा, उसके पहले हाँ. Second, bill receivable were taken over by Rishi for 15,000, whereas bills payable taken over by Neeraj for 9,000. अभी देखो, यहाँ पे asset के सामने पैसा आया. This adjustment, let's take it in 2 parts. Second adjustment is in 2 parts. Let's take it part by part. First is bill receivable. थोड़ी देर के लिए second point भूल जाओ. Bill receivable were taken over by Rishi for rupees 15,000. Bill receivable were taken over by Rishi for rupees 15,000. Now listen. Bill receivable किधर है? यहाँ पे. Bill receivable is here. Now guys, be careful. It is taken over, going out. Same like this. अगर पैसा आता, had I got money, I would have written by cash. Bill receivable is here. It is taken over, so I will record it here. If I get money, I will write by cash bank. But what they say, it is taken over by Rishi. So partner लेके गया. वापस रिपीट कर रहा हूं. Bill receivable यहाँ पे है. I have transferred it here. It goes out, so I will credit. So 18,000 I will credit. 18 ne. What is the value? 15,000. So I'll credit here 15,000. It is taken over by a partner. अगर इसको बेचा रहता I would have got money by cash bank, but because it is taken over by partner, you will write that particular name of the partner. कौन लेके जा रहा है? Rishi. So what you will do here is by Rishi's capital account, कितने में लेके जा रहा है? 15,000. So by Rishi's capital account, 15,000. By Rishi's capital account, 15,000. Now keep one thing in mind in this chapter. This is 18. You are taking over at 15. Don't bother about the difference. Automatically realization account में adjust हो जाता है. Don't make a mistake of recording separate loss. No need for that. Automatically the loss gets adjusted in realization account. So realization में to bill receivable 18,000 and यहाँ पे by Rishi's capital account that is 15,000. Okay, अभी देखो इसका second effect. What we did here? By cash bank. तो इसका corresponding effect we gave on the debit side of cash bank. By Rishi's capital. So come to the debit side of Rishi's capital. Coming from realization, so to realization account, Rishi के capital में, that means Rishi के debit में 15,000. Getting it? I'll repeat again. By cash bank होता, second effect would have come here, but this is by Rishi's capital, तो इसका second effect debit side of Rishi's capital. Clear? Now take the second part of the same adjustment. What the second part says? Bills payable taken over by Neeraj. अभी देखो assets यहाँ पे है. If you sell by cash bank, taken over by partner, by partner's capital. Vice versa now for liabilities. Liabilities I have transferred on the credit side of realization. Liabilities I have transferred on the credit side of realization. If it is paid to cash bank, if it is paid to cash bank, if it is taken over by partners to that partner's capital. Again I'll repeat. Assets यहाँ पे goes out or I get money. If I get money by cash bank, taken over by partners capital. Liability is here. So if I pay, I will reverse it. I'll come on the debit side to cash bank, and if it is taken over by the partner, to partner's capital. Now what it says? Bills payable 10,000 है, taken over by Neeraj for 9,000. If it was paid to cash bank, but it is taken over by Neeraj, so to Neeraj's capital account 9,000. To Neeraj's capital account, that is 9,000. And see, to नीरज को क्रेडिट किया है, तो इसका corresponding effect will come here by realization account, नीरज के कॉलम में 9,000. Okay, by realization account, नीरज के कॉलम में 9,000. So by Rishi's capital to realization, Rishi के डेबिट में 15, to Neeraj capital 9, by realization in the column of Neeraj 9,000. Clear guys? Got it? अगर ये पे किया होता to cash bank और cash bank में आता by realization. Clear? Now let's see the last transaction. After the last transaction, a very important point is going to come. Now what the last transaction says? Dissolution expenses amounted to 5,000. अभी देखो, starting में I told you, when you are closing down the business, there are certain expenses to be incurred. कोई एसेट बेचना है, अच्छी कंडीशन में नहीं है, तो उसको रिपेयर करके बेचो, अच्छा प्राइस मिलेगा. So all these are the situations where expenses are to be incurred to get a better price on the asset sold, or legal expenses. जब भी डिसॉल्व करते हैं, एक प्रोफेशनल को हायर करना पड़ता है, So प्रोफेशनल को जो भी चार्जेस देना पड़ता है, all that is legal charges. So you have to incur those expenses. So those expenses are always to be debited to realization account. What I told you, realization account is a nominal account. Debit the losses and expenses, credit the gains and income. Debit the losses and expenses, credit the gains and income. Dissolution expenses are expenses, debit realization. Any expense in this chapter, debit realization. Any income in this chapter, credit realization. So expenses, debit realization, come to the debit side of realization. Now, when you incur expenses, nothing is mentioned, you will pay, money goes out. So to cash bank account, that is 5,000. To cash bank account 5,000. To cash bank, second effect, credit side of cash bank by realization account 5,000. Realization to cash bank and cash bank may by realization, that is 5,000. All expenses you will debit realization and incomes credit. If it is paid by the firm to cash bank, and if it is personally paid by the partners to partners capital. अच्छा अभी देखो, just for your understanding, by Rishi's capital asset लेके गया. Here we wrote by Rishi. Rishi में क्या किया? To realization. Why we do this? Because he has taken asset of 15,000. तो हमने उसको डेबिट किया है. Because he has to pay the money जो अभी उसने पे नहीं किया. So when I settle his account, जितना भी पे करना है उसमें से 15,000 माइनस हो जाएगा. So that is the reason we have debited capital. I'll explain again for understanding. By Rishi's capital, I have debited here because 15,000 का वो एसेट लेके गया, तो आगे जब भी मैं उनका अकाउंट सेटल करूंगा, वो 15,000 का एसेट लेके गया, उसका पैसा मुझे अभी तक दिया नहीं है. So I have to adjust it. So to realization, Rishi के कॉलम में 15. Same way, नीरज took a liability of 9,000. फॉर्म का लायबिलिटी वो लेके जाएगा, तो हमें उसको पे करना पड़ेगा. Therefore we have credited. So we have to recover from Rishi 15, so we debited 15. We are supposed to pay Neeraj 9, so we credited Neeraj 9,000. Clear guys? This is the thing. Now everything is done. Coming to the most important point. Realization अपना बैलेंस शीट का पोस्टिंग हो गया, एडजस्टमेंट्स हो गया. Now the next step is close the realization account and get the profit loss. Close the realization account and get the profit loss. अभी देखो कैसे करोगे. Before I touch this, understand very important. Before I touch this means मतलब before I close this, your firm is getting dissolved. फॉर्म बंद हो रहा है. नाउ कीप दिस पॉइंट इन माइंड, आगे जाके डिग्री कॉलेज में भी आएगा. यू कैन नॉट क्लोज एनी बिजनेस, यू कैन नॉट क्लोज एनी बिजनेस without paying off all liabilities. You cannot close any business without paying off all liabilities. अभी देखो यहां पे कितनी liabilities है? 2. Creditors bills payable. Creditors bills payable. Have I paid creditors? No. Is there any information for creditors being taken over by any partner? No. So creditors pending. Bills payable. Have I paid in cash? No. But bills payable नीरज लेके गया है. Bills payable नीरज लेके गया है. So bills payable is out. That means out of creditors and bills payable नीरज लेके गया. Creditors is neither paid nor taken over by any partner. Creditors is neither paid nor taken over by any partner. So in that case, I cannot close realization account without paying the creditors. I cannot close realization without paying all my liabilities. In this case, मैंने creditors को अभी तक pay नहीं किया है. In this case, मैंने creditors को अभी तक pay नहीं किया है. So I cannot close realization account without paying my creditors. So now I will pay creditors. Creditors, credit side of realization है, settle करना है, I will debit and I will make the payment. Money goes out. So to cash bank, अगर specific amount दिया है तो वो amount लिखना है, और अगर specific amount नहीं है then book value. Book value means the same value what is there. So to cash bank 50, money goes out to cash bank. इसका second effect, credit side of cash bank by realization 50,000. इसका second effect, credit side of cash bank by realization account, that is 50,000. By realization account 50,000. Again I'll repeat, you cannot close realization account till the time all liabilities are not settled. यहाँ पे दो लाइबिलिटी थी, क्रेडिटर्स, बिल्स पेएबल नीरज लेके गया, बट क्रेडिटर्स का कुछ भी इंफो नहीं है. सो आई हैव टू पे ऑफ माय क्रेडिटर्स. सो टू कैश बैंक 50 एंड कैश बैंक में बाय रियलाइजेशन अकाउंट, दैट इज 50,000. क्लियर विद दिस? सो रिमेंबर, you cannot close the business without paying off the liabilities. Clear with this guys? Got it? याद रखना, अगर creditors, bills payable, outstanding expense होता, I would have paid creditors and outstanding expense. अगर creditors, bills payable है, adjustment पे दिया है, दोनों पे हो गया, then it's fine, कुछ भी नहीं करना है. मतलब in short, before you close realization, you have to see to it sundry liabilities में जो भी liabilities है, it should be settled. Settle मतलब either paid or it is to be taken over by any partner or it is settled against takeover of any asset. Clear with this? Same thing apply जो ये सब में नहीं है. अगर कोई पार्टनर का लोन होता, as I told you, separate partners loan account बनता, in that case that partners का loan account also should have been settled. Clear with this? So that is the thing. That's it. Now you close the account and get the profit loss. Okay, just see which side is greater. 60, this is 249. Credit is looking greater. 309, 324. 60 and 49, 309, 324, 75, 84. Yeah, credit side ka total is 324. This is less. Debit 249, 254, 304, 249. Yeah. So credit side ka total guys is 324, that is higher, and this is 249, 299. This is 304. So 20,000 ka difference, that is my profit. So 324 minus 304, 20,000 ka profit. What we did in admission, revaluation account था, उसका profit, revaluation profit loss. This is realization, so realization profit loss. So two, realization profit, and this will be divided between the two partners, Rishi and Neeraj. Rishi and Neeraj, and same what we did in final accounts and admission, last partner के नाम के सामने you write 20,000. Got it? Credit side is 324, debit side 304. Balancing part तुमको पता है कैसे करने का. Now this 20 will be divided in the profit sharing ratio. अगर क्वेश्चन में रेशियो नहीं दिया है, so this 20 you divide equally 10-10. रेशियो दिया है 3:2, so what you do, 20,000 3:2 5 divide by 5 करो 4 into 3 gives you 12, 4 into 2 gives you 8, so 12 plus 8 20. So 20,000 का segregation, out of 20 12 belongs to Rishi and 8 belongs to Neeraj. Out of 20 12 belongs to Rishi and 8 belongs to Neeraj. Clear with this? अगर रेशियो नहीं दिया इक्वली, एडमिशन में भी कॉल इट एज रिवैल्यूएशन प्रॉफिट, यहां पे रियलाइजेशन. कम टू द क्रेडिट साइड ऑफ कैपिटल. By realization account, 12,000 for Rishi and 8,000 for Neeraj. 12,000 for Rishi and 8,000 for Neeraj. Okay, that's it. Now let's close capital account. Realization हो गया, let's close capital. Let's take the total. Credit side is आधा, 118 and 12, 130 minus 15, 1,15,000. 1 lakh plus 18 plus 12, 130. Debit side पे 15 है, so 150. Credit side let's see, 60 and 12, 72, 80, 89,000. 60, 12, 72, 81 and 8, 89,000. Debit side पे कुछ भी नहीं है, 0. So 89 minus 0, 89,000. Okay, I'll repeat, 89 minus 0, 89,000. So 1,18 and 12, 130, 130 minus 15, 115, and 89 minus 0, 89,000. Now guys, listen. Understand this very interesting point. I gave you the hint in the starting. Admission final accounts में हम लोग क्या करते थे? To balance carried down and this is to go in balance sheet. Correct? Final accounts and admission. But यहाँ पे balance sheet है ही नहीं. This is dissolution. यहाँ पे firm बंद हो रहा है. Firm बंद हो रहा है. There is no question of balance sheet. So this means what? ये पार्टनर का एक्सेस पैसा है. ये पैसा वो लोग लेके आए थे, ये उनको दिया गया है, इसमें से उनसे जो लेना है एडजस्ट हो गया. सो दिस इज द एक्सेस कैपिटल विच बिलोंग्स टू द पार्टनर. व्हाट आई टोल्ड इन द स्टार्टिंग, पैसा बचेगा दे दो, कम पड़ेगा वो लोग लेके आए. सो दिस इज द एक्सेस मनी विच नाउ यू विल पे, बिकॉज यू विल पे, मनी गोज आउट. सो टू कैश बैंक, और यू कैन जस्ट राइट बैंक इन दिस केस. और देखो अदर वे राउंड, मैकेनिकल वे, और कुछ बचा भी नहीं है कैश बैंक छोड़ के. सो दिस आई विल हैव टू पे. दैट मीन्स 1,15,000 नीरज को पे करना है, 89 ऋषि को, सॉरी 1,15,000 ऋषि को पे करना है, 89 नीरज को. टू कैश बैंक, कम टू द क्रेडिट साइड ऑफ कैश बैंक. बाय ऋषि's कैपिटल अकाउंट, 1,15,000 by Neeraj's capital account, 89,000. By Neeraj's capital account, 89,000. Got it guys? अभी देखो बैलेंस शीट है नहीं. अगर बैलेंस शीट होता, लेट इट बी एनी चैप्टर, फाइनल अकाउंट, एडमिशन और आगे जाके रिटायरमेंट, डेट, अदर चैप्टर्स, बैलेंस शीट हैज टू टैली. यहाँ पे बैलेंस शीट है ही नहीं, बचा क्या? कैश बैंक. सो नाउ इन दिस कैश बैंक हैज टू टैली. 10 plus 249, 259, 5 and 50, 55, 55 and 15, 70, 170 and 89, 2,59,000. So my cash bank tallies at 2,59,000. My cash bank tallies at 2,59,000. Clear with this, guys? How balance sheet tallies, same way cash bank tallies. How balance sheet tallies, same way cash bank tallies. Clear with this? So this what is cash bank tally क्यों होता है? Because जो पैसा मुझे आ रहा है, मुझे देना है. I want to close the business, so I want to finish off everything. So that is the reason we make cash bank account. Got it? So guys, this was dissolution of firm for you. I explained the meaning, I explained you the concept, I explained you how the process of dissolution goes, which accounts should be prepared, and we solved the basic sum along with logic. Now when I say basic sum, this sum, the same level can come in exam for 10 marks. So it's not necessary that this level बढ़ेगा no doubt, but this same level also, in fact, ये जो सम मैंने किया उससे भी लो लेवल एग्जाम में आया है 10-12 मार्क का. ओल्ड सिलेबस में 12 मार्क का होता था. Later on when the syllabus changed, they made it as 10 marks. So dissolution 10 marks ka sum, you can get this same level, little bit higher than this or maybe little bit lower. I hope it is clear. Please listen to the video carefully. Get this sum properly. If you get this sum, next 2 lectures you will find it very simple. उसके बाद भी खाली एक दो adjustment ऊपर नीचे होगा. Little bit new points will come. Otherwise the concept will be the same. Except there will be extra calculations and extra accounts when we come to insolvency and current account. That is also very simple. So again I'll repeat what I told you in the starting. Comparatively simpler chapter. Take full advantage and try to score fully. That's it, guys. I wind up the session. Please revise this session very carefully. YouTube pe open hai. Watch it n number of times you want. Even on the app, I have kept this with higher views. That's it, guys. See you all in the next class. Till then, take care, guys.